Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with Barbecue Champs Academy Live. We got a great show lined up for you tonight with Mr. Bill Purvis. Chicken Fried Barbecue is in the house tonight. We have been talking quite a bit this week since the release of his class on Sunday, and it is selling like hotcakes, and we've had a lot of fun talking about it and talking with a lot of the customers that's already taken the class. They love it, and so far so good. And we're everybody down here in the South is also preparing for this winter blast that we have coming in. I think it's supposed to be about 12 degrees in Shreveport, and Bill said he's down in Houston area getting some things winterized and stuff as well. So I hope everybody is prepared for this. Stay warm. It's going to be awfully cold, and I'm sure up in the Midwest, I've seen in Arkansas, it's supposed to be about 8 or 9 degrees below zero. So stay warm. Gordon, glad you're with us here this afternoon, brother. I'm sure it's got to be pretty deadgum cold in Cleveland. And John, I'm sure up in the frozen tundra up around the Wisconsin area, it's got to be pretty doggone cold around that area as well. So if you come in, let us know. Give us a shout out. Let us know where you're at. And we've reached far and wide across the great U.S., so I'm not seeing a whole lot of comments. I hope all that stuff is working. I've got 2, and that is it. So I hope we're not having an issue. There they go. Justin's there all the way from South New Jersey. And Miss Brenda, thank you for being here. I saw you got it. Look, Brenda, I saw your car took a little minor fender bender. I think you just need to go ahead and trade it in and tell Gordon you need a new luxury car. So it's time to step it up. So anyway, I'm glad you're all right, though. Emmanuel, thank you for being here tonight. And all the way from Marietta, Georgia, Mr. Jerry, thank you for being here, Jerry. I hope you're doing good. Joe, thank you for being here. Beaumont, Texas is in the house. Yes, Gordon. Yes, it's Christmas time, man. Christmas time. Feel the spirit. So, giving you a hard time, Gordon. Steve, what's up from Vegas? Thank you for being here. And got all the way in from Avondale, Arizona. Thank you for being here. That's awesome. I'm hoping we're going to have some folks from overseas here before it's over with. Let's see. Anthony, let's see. Can't wait to cook 30 briskets for the holidays here in Houston. Man, you're going to have your hands full. That is a lot. So, but somebody's going to get some good food, no doubt. Steve, thank you for being here, buddy. Tell Miss Shauna we said hi. Right down the street from us, about 15 miles. Good to have you with us tonight. Veril, thank you for being with us all the way from Portland, Oregon. Jonathan, thank you. Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas to you too, Jonathan. Looks like we got a big Christmas with our family this year, and can't wait. Just going to be cold. At least it's not going to be ice and snow. Bah humbug. You'll be all right. Mr. Danny Helms, thank you, brother, for being here tonight. Merry Christmas to you too, sir. I hope you're doing well, and hope you're preparing for the cold weather that's heading over there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area as well. So I don't know what the temperature is going to be at a lot of y'all's places, but I know it's going to be pretty dadgum cold here for us down here in the South. We're not used to these 12 and 13 degree days. So, but everybody's getting ready. Sean, thank you for being with us. And Marcio, thank you, brother. Glad to have you on a couple weeks ago. It was always great visiting with you. I saw you cooked up some awesome hogs for the Raging Cajuns. You did a great job with that, brother. So they looked absolutely amazing, and I'm sure those football players were going nuts when they walked in. I know they were like, man, what in the world is this? So I know they ate good. Mr. Danny Titus, thank you, brother, for being here all the way from South Louisiana. I hope y'all are doing well and getting ready for the cold weather. I would imagine it's going to reach way down in South Louisiana as well. Stephen, thank you for being with us. Saginaw, Texas, looking to these great shows. Appreciate you being here, Stephen, as always. So who else we got? Joe, supposed to be around 18 degrees on Thursday. Yep, they're calling for around 12, 13 degrees on Thursday night. And I think Friday it only is getting to like, I don't know, 30 degrees. And then it's falling down to 17 or 18 degrees. It's going to be miserable for a couple days. But I got some firewood if it gets too bad. We lose power. Luckily, they're not calling for ice, so we shouldn't lose power, hopefully. And if not, I got some wood. I can definitely get the fireplace rolling. So anyway, appreciate you being here as well. All right. First of all, I want to thank all of our partners as we give folks a few more minutes to come in. We're going to bring Bill in. Could not do what we do without all of our fine sponsors. Mr. Denningham with Be Extreme Barbecues. Certainly appreciate his love and support for. He's been with us from the very beginning when we started. We have a lot of adventures that we do outside just Barbecue Champs. I do a lot of virtual cooking classes for big corporations, and Danny has been front and center with all of that. We've been using his product for the last 3 years as we've done those. Appreciate him. Also, Prairie Fresh. Love the support we get from those guys, and they've got just some amazing pork product. Mr. Brian Crawford at Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop. He has got a full array of all the rubs and sauces you need. And he's got some awesome rubs himself, his Crawford Barbecue products. Mr. Wild Bill at Texas Select Season. I tell you what, he's got some amazing brisket and pork rubs that I have used. I love them. Be sure to check them out. Also, Gunnar Wilhelm Knives. Mr. David's got a big sale going on. I think it's about a 20% off sale across the entire store. This is their 20th anniversary. So if you're looking for something for that last minute, check out Gunnar Wilhelm Knives. Our good friend Dustin at the barbecue store. Fast shipping, easy. Can get stuff out the same day. And got a full array of rubs and full retail store with all the grilling supplies and anything you could possibly imagine. My good friend Mr. John Lindsay at All Queued Up. And also Miss Gail with Daigle's Barbecue Sauces and Rubs down in South Louisiana. Such a sweet lady. Got some amazing stuff. That shine that you see, I don't know if it's quite the shine that Bill puts on it now. So, but that shine you see on that chicken that I usually do and those ribs, it always has a little Daigle somewhere in it. It's some great stuff. So we appreciate always all of our partners that help us and are a big part of Barbecue Champs. So I'll give a few more who's done popped in here. Let's see, Jeffrey, thank you for being here. And Mr. Tim Woolridge, brother, how you doing, man? Tim surprised our little dog with a gift. Got a gift in the mail yesterday, and it said, our package came in the mail that said Gabby. This is our new dog that we got. And Tim, she's already been under the tree. I don't know what's in it. We haven't opened it yet, but I have a feeling it must be food because she keeps going up there and she's sniffing it. So I got a feeling it's got to be something edible in there. So we'll find out on Christmas Day. Hope you're doing good, Tim. Well, without further ado, let's bring in the man of the hour, the one that we all want to be like, Mr. Bill Purvis with Chicken Fried Barbecue. Brother, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, Mike. Doing really good.
That's good, brother. I guess you're getting ready for this cold weather too, huh?
Man, I'm running around with my head cut off trying to get everything covered,
I know it.
We're not used to this stuff in Houston area. So.
No. I'm not used to it up here either. And, man, for it to push that far down south, I was like, man, that's pretty going to be pretty cold down in Houston. So,
yeah, just talking to you earlier about diesel and, putting stuff in your diesel fluid and, wrapping pipes, that's not something normal for us. So
no. And if you don't know about this now, I mean, if you got a diesel and it's down 15, 16 degrees, they got an anti-gel that you can put. It keeps the diesel fuel from gelling, and it's just a liquid that you pour in your tank. Best to keep that tank completely full so air can't get, doesn't have an airhead above it where it can sweat or do anything. But if that diesel fuel gels, it won't start. So there's a lot of people that had a lot of problem in that in 2020 when we had that epic freeze. So I went and got me a bottle today. It treats 60 gallons. I got a 48-gallon tank. I'm putting all of it in there and filling up my tank tomorrow and going to ride around and come park the truck. So I don't want problems with that. So make sure you take care of your diesel. You sure don't want to have that problem. So anyway, well, let's see what we got here. Got a few folks already on here. Excited for Bill Purvis. It was awesome to be at the same competition when we went to Alabama. Bill's a great guy. He's done a lot of traveling. It's always a pleasure to see Bill at cook-offs and on TV. Yep, that's for sure. The man, the myth, the legend, Chicken Fried. That's him, Jerry. That's for sure. Plug the block in. Oh yeah, plug the block in also. I think mine's got a heater. I think when I ordered the truck, it did have a heater in the block, an engine block heater. I don't know where the dang plug is. So Joe, if you know where the plug is hid on that thing, let me know. I may plug the silly thing up. So I haven't crawled around and looking for it, but I would think they'd have it in an easy spot to get to. So anyway, Let's see who else we got. Rory, thank you for being here. And Greg is with us tonight. Hey, brother, what you doing? Front grill. Okay, up by the front grill. Well, I will definitely have to do that. I know it will help at least diesels, man. They'll crank in cold weather, but, it don't hurt to give them a little heat in them to get them to warm up. So most of the electric plugs are located near the front of the radiator.
And once you figure that out, Mike, you need to call me and tell me how to do mine, because we both got boards. So
yeah. Did yours come with a heater, engine heater in it?
Man, I have no idea.
Don't know. You can look. I think you bought the truck. Yeah. I think it was an option on my truck when I bought it. I think I saw an engine block heater. So
I went 2 years having that truck, not knowing I had a heated steering wheel. So,
there's so many things with that. Lee Hickle was like, "You've got this and you got that." I was like, "What? Where the heck?" Lee taught me half the stuff I know about that truck. So
Phil Breeden bought a GMC, a new GMC, and he was bragging about his heated steering wheel, and I was like, "Man, surely mine has a heated steering wheel, and mine's a Platinum. It's a 2016 Platinum, but." I was like, surely mine has a heated steering wheel. And it took me a week to figure out where the button was to turn it on.
Yeah. So, anyway, I've got a Ford F-350. Bill's got you got an F-250, don't you?
250, yeah.
250, yeah. Mine's the Lariat model, so I'm sure they all kind of do them the same. They're saying it's going to be up by the front radiator, so right. I'll go grab an extension cord and plug it in and keep it halfway warm. It ain't going to hurt, that's for sure. Right. So... Right. Well, if anybody hasn't been on the social media platform for the last couple of days, we did launch this big guy's Tell-All BBQ Classes on Sunday. His video, last I checked, it was I think it was 3,000 views. I mean, it has just been ripping across Facebook, selling lots and lots and lots of classes, already getting feedback for some folks that are just saying how great the classes are. Bill, it was really awesome to finally get you pinned down to get in here. I know we had been talking about it 3 or 4 times throughout the year and just trying to get the right time. And
I would like to, there's been a ton of people that have shared it, a ton of friends, I want to thank all of them for sharing it, because obviously the more exposure it gets, obviously there may be people out there that are interested. I've had a guy messaged me, I think it was yesterday, that wanted to do a shadow class, and I'm like, have you heard of Barbecue Champs? And man, he'd never heard of it. So I said, man, it just dropped. I've got all the videos, and he was from the Pacific Northeast, so he had no idea that there was a class. So
right.
I appreciate everybody that shared it. There's been a bunch of people, I got a bunch. You know how the community is, man. It's a lot of great people in the community, and everybody likes to help everybody out. So it's been good. So.
Yeah, it really has. Here's your page. It's Barbecue Champs. You can go to our homepage and you can click over and it'll take you to Chicken Fried Barbecue. 42 videos. Lee was like, he beat me. I was like, yeah, he's got a few more videos, Lee. I think Lee's getting close with this update. Yours doesn't even have any updates. Yours is a brand new class, but we do have everything. You can get the 4 basic, main meats: brisket, half chickens, pork butt, ribs. It's $5.99, regular $6.99, $5.99 for those. If you want to add his bonus class, you can get the KCBS thighs. It's $100 more once you buy the All Access. And when you click the buy the All Access and go to the checkout, it'll have a box that you can click and you'll be able to add it to it for $100. It's the only way you're going to get that class is $100 is buying the All Access, and at checkout you can get the chicken thighs for the 100. But once again, beautiful food, man. These ribs, the chicken halves, I mean, it was just absolutely amazing. I mean, the shine. I was like, is that stuff really shining that dang much on those brisket? And you can see the brisket and the pork butt, man. It was just crazy. And look at those thighs. I was just like, wow. So amazing food and a very, very, very detailed class. I think everybody is going to be super, super happy with them. I've already, like I said, I've had a few reports already come out, and people are like, man, I love this class. It is just absolutely amazing. So I appreciate you doing it, Bill, and I'm really looking forward to working with you and helping you, any way I can and helping Chicken Fried Barbecue just continue to grow your brand. You have been killing it, and we've already got the SEO stuff cranked up for Chicken Fried Barbecue. I called her today and said, "Hey, let's get this thing rolling." So
we may have to do a filter class too, Mike. At some
we might. I've had 4 people ask about the filter class.
And one of my asking about the filter class.
Yeah. Where's the filter? There he is, right there. I'll tell you right now, there was very, very, very little filter that had to be done to that food. I mean, I just got it, copied it, and I was like, golly. I mean, you can tell too, because when we was out in the sunshine, we've got that one, and it's in your promo video. Does your rib shine like that? I mean, you just literally pulled the rib right out and held it up. It looks just like what you filter, and I keep telling people, like, that's just the video, man. We can't go in and edit that part of it. That's right. What you saw is what you got. You can see him dunking them chicken thighs there, and go watch the promo reel. And man, that food is shining. So it's just amazing. Your food is so freaking good and very well balanced and not offending nobody. And I can see how it stands out, man. And there was a lot of things that you said in the class, and I never like to give stuff away, but there was one thing that we kept saying over and over and over. And I was like, well, there's one thing I know about you. I know what kind of food you like. And we're just going to leave it at that. You'll pick it up real quick once you get into the class. So, oh, goodness, man, we got folks steadily coming in. Let's see, don't forget to wrap your water supply. Yeah, get your water lines wrapped. That's for dang sure. I've already got all that. Look, guys, I don't know if y'all know, but I did put out I've been in the pool business for 35 years starting in January. And I've got a lot of pools that I service. I've got all the casinos here in Shreveport and Bossier. I do Sam's Town. I do Margaritaville. I do Boomtown. They've hired me because they went through everybody else. Nobody could keep their pools clear, and I can. If your stuff freezes and your electricity goes down, there's ways, and if it's frozen, there is ways to save it. And I do have a video that will talk you through how to save your equipment if it is frozen. It's poolschoolvideos.com. If you want to know does it work, Tim Warbridge was on here just a minute ago, and I hope he still is. In 2020, when we had that epic freeze, Tim's stuff froze solid, and he was like, I'm fixing to lose everything. I was like, well, we're fixing to save it. And I talked him through how to save all his equipment, and it took him about an hour and a half to do it, and he didn't have nothing bust, no filters, no nothing. And I showed him how to save all that stuff, and that was about $2,000 worth of equipment that he saved. Plus, on top of that, it would have been, I had people 6 months later, Bill, companies calling me from Dallas and stuff. Man, do you have anything? Do you have anything? Do you have any filters, any pumps, and any heaters? I was like, no. I was like, it's just not out there. I mean, everybody's used them up. So, right. So just if that happens to you, here Gordon's got the videos, great pool videos. Tim said, yep, save me thousands. Yes, it is a tell-all pool masterclass. It's everything that I've learned in 34 years. I will show you so much stuff of how to save your equipment, how to detect problems before it happens, and everything. So anyway, enough of that. I just at least wanted to throw that out there. If you got a problem, don't let it just go bust on you, because it can get very expensive. Let's see. Jerry, got the class Sunday and didn't get nothing done at work today. Great class. I'm sorry, Jerry. So they're addicting. Once you get into them, man, they are really, really good classes. So let's see who else we got. Yep, seen him in person. Great food. Let's see. I know that Bill cooks on cans, but I'm curious what other cookers he has used and like. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that, Bill, because in the class, everything was cooked on drums except your ribs, and you had just kind of been playing around. So let's talk a little bit about what led you into cooking your ribs on a different cooker and what you cooked them on. Yeah,
well, I have a RecTech 590. It's a pellet grill, and I've been using it at the house. And RecTech was kind enough to send me, when I went to the Royal, they gave me a competition card. So, and there was a time where I was doing some KCBSs, and I was staging my trailer in Mississippi, so I wouldn't have to, the cost of diesel and whatnot. So I'd stage my trailer in Mississippi, and there was a comp right here close to the house, and so I just threw that Rectech on my utility trailer, the Rectech and a Weber, and went over there and cooked that contest and did pretty well with cooking everything on the Rectech. It was a CBA. I cooked the brisket, the ribs, and the pork all on that little Rectech 590. I did the chicken on the Weber kettle. There was over 100 teams, and I think I landed 8th overall. And I was really happy with the ribs. And so I thought, well, I have this tool. I'm going to put it on my porch. If I wrap a brisket or wrap ribs, it'll be a tool I can use just to put stuff that's wrapped in there and not have to worry about it and, focus on other meats or whatever. But, I've got it on the porch, and I decided, I'm going to try the ribs. I'm going to go ahead and try the ribs just on the pellet grill because I've cooked them at the house. They've turned out great. And the first time I tried it, I hit a first-place rib. So I thought, maybe I ought to kind of exercise this guy a little more. Right. And I cooked another cook-off. I think I hit a 5th or 6th place rib. And then, of course, when we were filming, I was like, man, I've just kind of made a switch. I've only done 2 cook-offs, but I plan on exploring this Rectech 590, a lot more. And since then, I've had, I think, 2 other first-place ribs cooking it on that Rectech. It's not to say that, and I wouldn't be scared to do it on the drum either. And
right.
I've done well with ribs on the drum as well. But to be able to push a button, I can get a little bit more as far as, that 590. I can put 4 racks of ribs on there, no problem.
Right.
The drum, you can do 4 racks. You've got to twist them around or whatever. But, pushing that button's pretty easy. So, I've been playing around with that guy. I've got a Jambo at the house that I occasionally play around with at the house. But, I don't know that cookers is so much. It's so much a tenderness game. It's so much a tenderness game and and finishing processes and stuff like that. I feel like I could cook on anything really.
Right. Yeah.
But as far as scheduling and KCBS, when you got a lot of moving parts, it really helps to obviously stick to the same cookers. I wouldn't want to go,
right,
and try to do a whole KCBS on a Jambo.
Right.
Although there are people that do it and they've got their timelines, and I think the timelines are different for different types of cookers.
It is.
A Jambo timeline is probably a lot different than a can timeline because we're so hot and fast on the cans. So
and it's got more direct heat coming right up underneath it. It's gonna push it. It's gonna cook it a little quicker. So So he cooked the ribs on the pellet cooker. All the other proteins were done on a drum. But we did talk about how you do those ribs on a drum in full detail. You will have no trouble if you're cooking a drum of how to run his recipe of ribs on it. Very simple. Same recipe.
I just switched over to a cooker, and for the most part on the drum, I do have to keep an eye on it to make sure the heat doesn't get carried away. When you're especially doing a 4-meat contest, whether it's CBA or KCBS, when you've got 4 drums, you got 4 fires that you got to watch. And for the most part, drums are pretty easy. They don't take a lot of adjustments, but one can get away from you. And also one can, they can die out or whatever if it doesn't get enough airflow. You see a lot of guys, on drums carrying around little blowers, so they can stick the little blower and get it hot faster. And so, there's a little bit of fire management involved with the drums, but probably not near as much as an offset. An offset, you're going to have to continue to add wood to it and all the rest of it. So,
right. Well, I do want to tell everybody real quick while we got a full house in here, we do have a Christmas special going. We just now put it out. It's 10% off all of our classes except Bill's class. We cannot give the 10% off of Bill's class. It's a brand new class. We just released it. Sorry, guys. It cost a lot of money to film these classes and get everything up and going. And so we cannot include that class, but every class that we have, gift cards that we have, you can use coupon code SANTA10 at checkout. and you can get any class that we have. We have some incredible barbecue pitmaster classes. We have great gift cards. Those gift cards are awesome. You can personalize them for Christmas. You can set up a time that you want them to go out. So this is the perfect time to go in and get those last minute Christmas gifts. If there's something that you want to, I saw somebody was wanting, to get a gift. This would be the perfect time to do it. So Santa 10 at checkout, get 10% off anything that we have. That's going to run from now through Christmas. And just go in, get what you want, put it in your cart, and use the coupon code Santa10 at checkout. So also, we've got one other thing, and I was talking to Bill a little bit about this. We did a raffle, waffle, whatever the heck you want to call it, and it had such huge success. I have had so many people asking when we're going to continue to do these. So it is back open, and I'm fixing to get you the link of how do you go about doing this. This is a legalized way for us to do a raffle, waffle, whatever you want to call it, because we're actually selling a backyard barbecue class, and with a backyard barbecue class, you get a temporary membership. As having a temporary membership, we can give free classes away all that we want. Nothing can be said about it. So I'm just going to pop you over to the website real quick and let you take a look at the page. I'll direct you to where it's at and kind of just walk you through it. It's a really simple deal. If you go to bbqchamps.com/product/promo, bbqchamps.com/product/promo. If somebody would copy that or just type that in and drop it in the comments. When you get here, you can see there's 26 in stock. So what we're doing, we got 26 of these backyard barbecue classes with a temporary membership. Each backyard barbecue class you get has a membership, and there's only 26 available. Once we sell out all 26, we will have a drawing. We will pick one winner. We'll put it on a wheel. We'll spin it, and you can pick any all-access barbecue class we have, from Lee Hickles' class to Bill Purvis's class, whichever one you want. You can pick any one that you want. You can watch these anytime. They never do expire. And we'll make the selection live on Facebook. We'll go live. We'll put everybody's name on the wheel, and we'll spin it. Once we pick the temporary member, all remaining temporary memberships will be canceled at that time. However, the backyard barbecue class that you bought, it's going to remain in your account for 7 days. Now, I will randomly pick a class to put into your account, or if you want to shoot me a message on Messenger and tell me which ones you'd like, we got 20 championship backyard barbecue recipes. It was taught by 5 of our guys. It was absolutely amazing. It's bbqchamps.com/product/promo. If you want to buy 4 of these, you'll get 4 backyard barbecue classes. You'll get 4 temporary members passes, and those 4 spots will be added to the wheel. So it's just like a regular raffle, except this is a legal way for us to do it, because we're not selling a ticket. We're selling a backyard barbecue class, and with that backyard barbecue class, it comes with a membership, and we can give those away all day long. So it's a great way for us to promote and get it out there. And we had a ton of people that was wanting us to do this, so it's back. So,
and I've heard, Mike, like a lot of people use the word waffle, because if you use the word raffle in PayPal, some people, PayPal might freeze your account.
Right.
So they use that word waffle just so.
Right. And that's exactly
completely legal. So.
Yeah, mine's a completely legal deal, because we're giving the class away because you got a membership. So I talked to my lawyer, and he said, "Look, you're selling a barbecue class, and you're giving a membership away. Giving somebody a temporary membership, and then once you sell that out, you allot how many ever you want to sell of those. Then once you get done, you can have a drawing and give a member an access to whatever they want. So it's up. Hope everybody jumps on that. We have filled these things out literally, and one time, the first time we did it, we filled it out in 3 minutes. So, oh goodness gracious! Hopefully we can do it again. We've got it up. Let's see if we got any other questions. Hey Bill, are you going to go to New Waverly?
I will be there. Yes, I will be there.
Okay, good.
That's the plan, unless my wife vetoes. So
That's for sure.
I say I make all the big decisions. She makes all the little ones, and
Right, right.
anything over $1 million is the big decisions. So
Yeah.
anything under is little. So she makes all those decisions.
There you go. Let's
But
see.
yeah, that's the plan. New Waverly's on the list.
Okay, I'll be signing up for class after January 1st, still deciding where to start. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. There you go. Just entered. All right. So, good evening, all. Who we got? Randall. Thank you for being here. So, yeah. Anyway, but it's been a lot of fun. We've had a pretty good year this year. We've got a few competitions that we're getting locked and loaded for, and looking forward to it. Sean, thank you for posting that. Sean just posted it in it. For a couple other, just if you see it, you should be able to click that link, and that's going to shoot you right into that page. You can buy as many barbecue classes, backyard barbecue classes you want. For every class you buy, it will include a membership. So if you buy 4 backyard barbecue classes for $100, you'll get 4 spots on the wheel. Once we sell out all 26 spots, you can pick just any class that you want, including Bill's. And you got access to it. Never expires. You can watch these videos as many times as you like. This is a great way to, maybe I had one guy, he was over in New Zealand. He bought a $25 ticket. He spun it and he won it, and he bought Sterling's. He said, he said, I want Sterling's class. Being from New Zealand, Sterling does pretty dead well over in Australia. So anyway, but, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the season. We'll kick off in January the 14th up here in Blanchard, 15 miles from the house. Love that little competition. What have you got planned for this year, Bill, as far as comps?
And it'll be a mixture. Last year I was kind of doing a little bit of KCBS. I think I did maybe 8 or 10 KCBSs. I did some CBAs. I even did some Lone Stars and some IBCAs. So this year it'll probably be much the same, just a mixture of sanctioning bodies. So I don't, I want state championships. I have 2 already. So I've got August. If I can get 7, that would be really nice. And the only way to get them is to cook them.
Right.
So if there's a Lone Star or an IBCA state championship, I'm kind of going to lean probably more to those, just to, I would love to cook the jack.
Right, right.
And being in Texas and having a bung in the draw, really, man, it's a wild card when there's, maybe 100 of them in there. So the easiest way to do it is to get 7, but that's also probably the hardest way to do it at the same time. So,
right.
But yeah, I really kind of want to, focus on some state championships, as well as, maybe do some more stuff in the test kitchen, working on rubs, working on, brines. I'm working on a chicken brine right now, as well as working on a few more rubs. But at the same time, I'm not going to release them unless I really feel wholeheartedly that, man, I can win with them. So I'll use them in competition and see my results of how well they do before I actually release anything. So
right.
Make and like I say, the videos that we did is all the stuff I'm using, that I've been using for the last, 2 years, if you will. So
yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got a request, Bill. This is how famous you are. Bill, my first time listening with my kids. Could you give them a shout out? So here's their names.
Shane, Josephine, and Alton.
That's it. Awesome. Give them a shout out. Right. So,
shout out to Shane, Josephine, and Alton.
There you go.
You guys are watching.
There you go. See there. That's what happens. You're a movie star, man. You probably just made their day. So, all right, I'll definitely be at El Campo for the Texas Chrome Heroes Cook-Off. Yes, my wife wants me down there too, desperately.
I'll cook those as well. I'll try to. Last year I cooked all of those, so I support Joey and what he's doing with the Texas Chrome for sure.
Oh yeah.
So, and a lot of those are kind of close to the house, being based in Houston or just north of Houston. So for the most part, those are pretty easy. And Dustin and Joey do a really good job. So.
Yeah. Have you heard if Joey's going to do the 6-pack again like they did last year? Have you heard anything about it?
Yeah. Because he is.
He is going to do it. Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, that was a pretty cool deal.
And he may have more events. I'm not really sure. I did a conference call with them. I guess it was maybe a month ago, and I think they might have one. So it may be a 7-pack. I don't know. Or they may take one of the double headers and just do a single. They're trying to formulate the game plan with all that.
Yeah.
But I knew, they've got another. They do have another. They do have another cook-off. So.
Okay. Okay.
So.
Yeah, he had, because it was 6 last year, wasn't it? Or was it 7?
It was 6, yes.
It was 6,
yes.
and now it's going to be 7. So, Madwood Barbecue. Hello, Mr. Bill. So, let's see what else we got. Man, we got comments coming in left and right. We appreciate it. That's for sure. All right, the classes are selling. Looks like we've already done sold 4 classes, so keep it rolling. Our waffle is open. Any of our all access classes are available to you. One winner will be selected. Only 26 spots available. It's $25 each. I've dropped a link in there. It's bbqchamps.com/product/promo. There is some links that we have dropped in. You go in, you buy a backyard barbecue class. We'll add that to your account, and you can watch it for 7 days. But once we sell all 26 spots, we're going to have a drawing, and whoever wins it can pick any of our Barbecue Pit Masters all access class. You'll get them. You can watch them as many times as you want, and they won't ever expire. So this is a really cool way. So let's see. That was me. Sorry for holding you up at turn in, Bill.
He's
yeah. I know it. Greg's always a mess. So Joe
he's a good dude, man. He's crushing it, man.
Yeah, yeah, he's doing good.
He's hammered down on him, that's for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. I do want to tell everybody one thing. If you have already bought classes from us at Barbecue Champs, log into your account first. You log into your account and then you go check out. Because if you go to you've put something in your cart and you go to check out and you're trying to put information in there that's your information, it's not going to let you duplicate that account. So I have a lot of people there. I can't get checked out. That means if you got an account, if it won't allow you to use that email, that means you've already used that email. You got an account. So all you got to do is just go in the upper right corner, log in. If you forgot your password, it'll email it to you. Make sure you check your spam folder. So it could have went into your spam folder on your password reset. So let's see. Chicken fried who? Way to go, Manuel. Let's see. Love meeting you at the Jack and TRO Invitational. What was that one?
That's the Royal Oak Invitational.
Oh, the Royal Oak. Okay, yeah, the Royal Oak Invitation. Okay. Yeah, cool.
I think I still owe him some rib grind, but it got so busy there.
Right.
The Royal Oak deal. So.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Chicken fried what? Barbecue, baby. Let's see. Yeah, Barbecue Champs, say hi to Bill for me. Hello, Daddy Dutch Barbecue. Daddy Dutch says
Daddy
hi.
Dutch. He runs a YouTube channel, and he does competitions up there. He's way up where it's really cold. I should probably just call him because he knows everything to do. He's a mechanic. He's a jack of all trades.
There you go. So. Let's see, Greg. I know I was walking with him. And they stopped him for an autograph. Oh, don't worry. Just keep it up, brother. Just keep it up.
I am working on some new shirts, so I'm working on some new merch. So I sell quite a bit of the chicken fried shirts. So but I'm going to come out with some new designs. I was posting some of it on Instagram as well. So maybe some murdered out versions of it. So my wife makes a lot of shirts and she sells a lot of shirts. She's got like an Etsy store. Mm-hmm. So she's got a whole bedroom at the house where she's making all these. Man, they're mainly all for women, you know.
Right. She's
making all these bleach shirts with all these designs on them. So I'm trying to talk her into squeezing out a few chicken fried shirts. So we'll see. So.
Yeah. There you go. Let's see what we got. I don't doubt it one bit. Yeah. Let's see. Gangsta. Man, we got all kind of comments coming in. If y'all got any questions for Bill, now's a good time to pop them out there. If we just released his Tell-All classes this weekend, as if you haven't seen. Hey, I could use a favor, and I'm sure Bill would too. On our Facebook page, if you scroll down, let's see, it would have been the post that we put out today. So it should have been the post previous to what we posted this morning. It's his class, when we released his class on Sunday. Man, last I checked, we had like 57 people shared that. And, it got his video going pretty viral. I don't know, viral. About 3,000 views. That's quite a few for just one video in a couple of days. If y'all don't mind, don't hurt to ask. If you would, go over there and hit that share button. and tell what a good dude this guy is right here, Chicken Fried Barbecue. So it helps us get the word out about his class, and we can always use every help that we can. I think it's really great to help anybody in the barbecue community, especially Bill. He's just a great guy, and I'm sure he'd appreciate it too. So right there on our Facebook page, you'll see where we posted it on Sunday. Go hit the share button for us if you would. Let's see. Damn, I'm late to the party.
I think Carrie made a comment, but yeah, in the class, Carrie, I've been running my ribs on the RecTech, so that's what we did in the class, ribs on the RecTech. So
yep.
Carrie's one of the RecTech teams, so he's
okay.
He's at the academy a lot, doing lots of classes for lots of backyard guys and whatnot. I think he lives right there by RecTech as well. So I think he does a lot of whole hog cooking. When they do their whole hog classes, it's Carrie in there.
Okay.
He's a competitor as well. So.
Yeah, that's it. That's good. Good, Carrie. Yeah, he definitely did. I'll tell you what, the color that thing put on them ribs, it was amazing. I mean, you saw them when you held them up. So, all right, Steven says prime or Wagyu for briskets and why?
Man, I've done both. And I feel like a good marbled prime, especially in Texas, and a good marbled prime from HEB or Costco, man, can do just as well as a Wagyu. So I think my last first place brisket was an actual prime. I was in HEB and saw it and thought, man, this thing's got incredible marble. It's nice, big, thick, marbled brisket. And I took it and cooked it in Crosby, and it wasn't my last first place. Take that back, but
right.
But yeah, marbling is marbling, I believe, and if you get a good marbled brisket, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think
to me if it's Wagyu or not. So
yeah, I think a prime that's well marbled, really well marbled, will beat a Wagyu almost every time.
Even a choice. Sometimes these things are mislabeled, man. If I see one that's marbled, I'm throwing it in the grocery cart.
Yeah.
So it kills my wife because I've got so many briskets stacked up in the freezers that I'm obsessive compulsive on buying meat. So
yeah, well, you have to. When you find one that's pretty, you got to jump on it. I was like you. I went through Kroger one day. They had an 18-pound brisket. It was a choice. Bill, that thing looked like a snake gold. Yep. That thing I took a picture of it and I sent it to Lee, and I was like, well, how's this for a choice? And he was like, there ain't no way. I flipped it over and he was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, he said, they freaking got that on the wrong line. I mean, that thing it looked like a gold. So anyway, all right. So Steve wants to know who burned up your drum in Uvalde.
Man, that was Michael Simon.
So Michael got the drum a little hot. I didn't hear about that.
He left the lid open a little bit. So.
Oh no, that'll do it every time.
Yeah, he left the lid open, and I wasn't there, and man, it kind of melted the chicken fried logo. So, I think I'm going to clear coat it, and because it still looks pretty cool. So,
yeah,
he offered to pay for it. He was super nice about it.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Michael said, "Well, so tell us a little bit about Michael. He seems like a really down to earth guy, and just pretty cool."
Yeah, he's super cool, super respectful of the community, and I think with him doing the show, and he took the microphone at awards in Uvalde, which he hasn't done that at any of the other ones. But Uvalde, we had over 100 teams, and he got up on the microphone and obviously talked a lot about the community of Uvalde and what they've been through and whatnot.
Right.
But saying that the goal for Barbecue USA is to keep the series going. They have to sell this stuff to the Food Network.
Right.
So the Food Network is obviously they've signed with them to do another year, but he wants to keep it going, and and he wants new teams. They're not interested in really following the same teams over and over.
Right.
So he wants new teams every season, every cook-off. Now they will do little, spots if you've been on, like I was on, a couple of the episodes. So they were at the Royal, they came by and did like a little 5-minute interview with me. They did the same thing at Uvalde, a little 5-minute interview, but you don't know if it's going to actually be on the show.
Right. Right.
They film like 200 hours and they've got to cut it down to like 43 minutes.
43 minutes. That's right.
they're filming all kinds of stuff. So once it gets into the productions company's hands, they start slicing and dicing, and who knows what's going to be on. They're constantly grabbing footage.
Yep, you have to. You
But
got to
Michael
have.
is a super cool guy, and I mean, you can tell just even like the people that he's filmed, everyone is immediately gained respect for the guy.
Right,
And
right,
mainly his approach with all of us has been, he doesn't, he knows food and he knows
right,
barbecue. He's got
right.
a restaurant,
He's got a restaurant in
but
Cleveland.
he
Yeah,
realizes that competition barbecue is different than restaurant barbecue.
right,
So,
100%. Yep.
but yeah, he's a super nice guy.
Cool. All right, Jamie Roby. Bill, I heard you mention a new chicken brine. Is there anything else in the works?
Man, I'm working on a couple of different things. I'm working on some different rubs or whatnot, but I have my own recipes that I'm playing with. And then when you're dealing with a co-packer of sorts, sometimes the translation doesn't, if you mix pepper, salt in your house, and then you go to a co-packer, man, they're using a different brown sugar, or they're using a different pepper, they're using a different salt. So they don't always jive as far as matching up so there's a lot of back and forth, with co-packers, and it takes a while, at least for me, to get something to a place where I feel like they've matched it.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a bit of back and forth with some of the co-packers, and especially, I know that if I put a new rub out there, it's going to sell
Right.
just because people are going to buy it once.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I don't want people to buy something once. So I want to make sure that it's good and that I enjoy it. It's something, man, I'm convinced wholeheartedly to use, because I don't want somebody to buy a rub once. I want
Right.
them to continue to buy it and
Right.
have good
Right.
results just like I have. So I'm real careful. Rib grind's been really successful for me. It's, man, I still get lots of orders, and it's, like I said, it's been really good. And some of the other guys that are in the business, like, man, you couldn't have done better, with your first rub. So
Right.
I don't
Right.
want, and I've worked on a couple of different mixes with the co-packer and doing test cooks at the house in between competitions and whatnot. But man, if it doesn't really wow me, or if I don't really like it, then man, I really don't want to I don't want to put it out there. So I've had
Right.
to cancel a couple of different recipes that I've come up with. They've matched, and whether they couldn't get it right or it's not to my standards. So and they're ready to go, and I'm like, I'm not ready to go. I don't
Right.
want to come out with something just to come out with something. So
Right. It's got to be the quality that you're looking for. That's for sure.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's see. We got a couple of the comments coming in here. How close is the game over? How close is
And
the
I
game
think
over?
game over is probably going to be somewhere within the next, man, it closest would be 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
As far
Okay.
as going back with them, getting labeling, and they have a schedule too, as far as their production, to get it all done. And the co-packer's really, really big. I'm dealing with Old World a lot on some of this stuff, and, they've got a schedule as well. So it's going to be, I would say, the soonest probably, 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks. Okay. Hoarder. Somebody said you're hoarding all the briskets.
Right.
I just cleaned out a freezer today to load up for the season. Yep, I think we all do that. So
Yeah.
I went and bought another freezer. I had one, two.
Right.
I was like, no, I need another one. So he said, what are you doing? I was like, well, I needed a bigger one. You got one. Well, this one's bigger.
Right.
So, Danny Titus, do you or have you used a backwoods smoker? Have you ever used a backwoods?
I have not, but I do know people that have. Alan Freeman used a backwoods for a long time.
Yeah, forever.
And, yeah, he's done well with it. I think Scotty and Anna use a backwood. They've done well with it. So, but I just haven't. I started on drums, and I've been on drums pretty much the whole time from the jump. Just, it was easy for me to assemble 4 drums and get to a cook-off in the back of my truck, and then pull in my RV. It was easy to do the drums, so I've pretty much stayed with the drums.
Okay. Jerry wants to know, have you heard when next season's Barbecue USA will air?
Well, I think I did talk to the producers in Uvalde, and they are filming. I think they said they were going to film maybe some in Florida. They're trying to pick all over the U.S. So they did one in Texas. They did the American Royal. I think they've got maybe Florida. I think he said Charlotte, but they're going to end with Memphis in May. So Memphis in May, they're going to be back at Memphis in May. They're going to be filming there. That'll be their last episode. So, and that was similar to last season. It's obviously May. and then I think they aired maybe in August. So I would assume that they would maybe try to keep that schedule. But I'm
Okay.
sure that's between them and the Food Network. But I would
Right,
think somewhere
right,
around August. It may be earlier, but
right, right. Let's see. How far north you competing in 2023 this year? Where's your scope of travel for KCBS this year?
man, it's going to depend on the cost of diesel.
Okay.
I don't
That,
want to. When diesel was cheap 2 years ago, I think I did 28 KCBS events,
oh,
and it
wow.
started when COVID hit. But diesel was fairly inexpensive. But now diesel's so expensive, man, I'm not wanting to spend $400 or $500 in diesel to run up to a contest that's going to pay 6 or 8 thousand, or so it just depends on the how much money is there. I don't want to.
Right.
I know you're not going to win a lot of money in competition barbecue, but I do try to mitigate some of the losses. So
Yeah, it costs you $500 for diesel fuel. It's kind of hard
yeah, I
to
mean,
go to.
there's some, and it's every sanctioning body where there's some that are maybe in Missouri or Kansas City that, man, they're only paying out $4,000. So even if you win the contest, man, you're still probably going to lose money. So
Yeah, yeah.
uh, so it just depends on what the payouts are, and the diesel, and two, what's the schedule. If I've got one next to my house that's a state championship and it's paying out good money, I'll probably go there.
Absolutely. Go where the money is, especially when they're
And I
close
don't
by.
and I don't really plan too much ahead as far as where I'm going. In Texas, you haven't had to. You could always just show up on a Friday and pay your entry fee and cook.
Right.
The culture's a little different in KCBS. A lot of those contests fill up. They've got to match judges to cooks. So if they've got, man, they've already cut off their judging, they're not going to take in any more judging. So they'll cap off. Whereas, in CBA, it's judged by the public. So they usually don't cap events unless they don't have enough real estate.
Right,
So.
right. Well, Roy said, "Thank you. You're letting everybody know that you lent your trailer to a team for the Jack and really helped the team from the Pacific Northwest." So
Oh yeah, those guys are great too.
that was
Those
really
guys are
cool.
awesome.
All right. John's asking, "I've been wanting to try your rub. What is the best protein for the rub?" Well, Greg's already done jumped in. Ribs and chicken. I will definitely agree. Ribs and chicken, you cannot go wrong. I would say the best proteins. I would have to say ribs and chicken are the absolute best with that. So,
I've had people tell me you should have just named it the grind, because there's a lot of people that use it on chicken. But
oh heck yeah, it is absolutely phenomenal on ribs and
right.
chicken. So, very, very, very good stuff. So, yeah, keep the questions coming, guys. And real quick, I'm going to let you know once again, we got a special going on, 10% off any class that we have. Our gift card, it's right on our homepage where our gift cards are. Use coupon code SANTA10, SANTA10. Want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, give you a little extra discount on our classes. And then also at the same time, we do have our waffle going on. You can buy as many of these as you want. It's $25 for a temporary membership. You buy a Backyard Barbecue class is what you get. And I'll either pick one for you. You can let me know which one you want. We got 20 of them to choose from. Once we got 26 spots is all it is. So it's 26 spots will be available. Once it sells out, it goes to zero. The inventory will go to zero. And when it fills out, we'll come back on as soon as it does and let everybody know. And we'll have put everybody on the wheel and spin it. So we'll have a temporary member is going to win a barbecue pitmaster class of their choice. It will be their all access $599 to $699. If you choose to get Lee Hickles' class, it's $699 for their all access class. The website to go to, bbqchamps.com/product/promo. It'll take you right into it. And I'm going to just jump one more time. I'll take you. Looks like how many we done sold. This is kind of what I wanted to do. This is the website. Looks like there's still 19 in stock. So what have we sold? About 6, 7 of them so far. So that's good. They're coming down. It's real simple. If you want how many of these you want, if you want 2 or 3 of them, you can buy them. 3 of them get you 3 classes, but it also gets you 3 temporary memberships. Every membership that you have goes on a wheel, and we'll spin it. And here's all the details. If you've already bought classes from us, just log into your account. You can go up here in the corner, you log in, you go right in, hit checkout, it automatically populates in. You can be in and out before you can even blink. So it makes it really, really easy to do that. And anyway, let's see if we can get these filled up. If they don't fill up completely, if you have bought some of these, hey, put the word out, that we've got our promotion going on and help fill these spots. So faster we can get them filled, the faster we can draw, and maybe somebody can be watching Chicken Fried Barbecue before Christmas. So let's see, what's the name of the rub? That's your rub?
Texas Rib Grind.
Texas Chicken Fried Barbecue Texas Rib Grind. That's it. That's it. Absolutely. It is. The rib grind is awesome. It's awesome on salmon. Okay. I didn't think. Yeah, it probably would be because it's got a little bit of that brown sugar in there. Yeah, I bet it would. I love a little brown sugar on salmon.
I've done it on salmon before, and it's great.
Yeah, I bet it would be. I didn't even think about that.
Man, one guy sent me a picture of a tomato sandwich. I've never even had man, I'm always sticking meat on a sandwich. If I'm going to do a sandwich, it usually has meat.
Yeah.
But someone sent me a picture. Man, I love your rub on tomato sandwiches, and I've never had a tomato, a sandwich made out of tomato. But I guess it's a thing. I don't know.
Man, you get a good, fresh, out of the garden, red ripe tomato, one of them beefsteak tomatoes, and cut it. Man, you put that on give me a tomato sandwich all day long, brother. I mean, right? I'm like, oh yeah, it's good. It is good. And then especially when you throw a little bacon on it, it's really good.
I love a BLT for sure.
Yeah. So let's see. Hello, Bill, and everyone. Say hi here from Laredo. Have been following you on YouTube a long time ago. I'm going to get your class, buddy. Well, man, I tell you what.
I appreciate it, Fidel.
Certainly. There's a few folks on here, Fidel, that's already done chimed in on how good they love his class. So it's really, really a great class. So very detailed. That's the one thing that I could say about Bill's class. I ask a lot of questions. We try to get all the information out of him. He never knows what I'm gonna ask. Like, man, where did that come from? And I was like, we don't cut, we just roll. Because I really do try to get everything out of these guys. And Bill was like, man, this is a lot. I think he was kind of shocked when day one was about 7.5 hours of filming. And day two, we started at 7 that morning and we finished at 7 o'clock that night. It was 12 hours of filming. It's 19 hours of filming to get 8.5 hours of the footage and stuff. And there's no cuts and edits that we have to do on any of our videos and stuff. And I try to do it that way because I feel like if you see us cutting and editing and cutting and pasting it together, it kind of makes people think, well, was there something there that he left out or they cut out? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Bill, you laid it out, brother. I mean, you and I know you did because you knew everything by heart. You knew every one of your recipes by heart. I can always tell that. You knew everything. Like, what do we, it's this, this, this. Well, we get, it's this and this. And you know everything that you're doing. And, brother, I tell you what.
I've run them so many times. I mean, it's
just natural. You know exactly what it is. Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Let's see. What temp do you cook your bird on, and what temp do you pull it? If you want to answer,
half
you
chicken
can.
or
half chicken,
because they're different. Yeah. So.
Yeah. We got some great videos. I don't know if he wants to tell you the exact stuff he's doing on all of it, but he may tell you what temperature he's cooking it at, but he may not want to know that finished temperature. So
I cook everything at 300, and I don't get too fixated on temperature.
Yeah.
If my drums run a little warmer or a little softer, man, I've got timelines built in there to where if it's taking a little longer, it's going to be ready before it's time to turn it in.
Right,
so,
right.
Man, I set those drums, let them freaking roll. And like I said, I don't necessarily dial in on a certain temperature. I want them to run 300, but if they're running hotter, it doesn't matter. It's just going to it's just going to speed up the cook a little bit.
Yeah.
I have a Cambro. I can keep things warm. I don't get too crazy about, the temperature. Now I do a lot of meats that I pull is more on feel than it is on temperature. I'll use temperature as a guideline.
Right.
But a lot of them I pull on feel. Other than chicken, I do pull on temp. So
yeah. All right, let's see here. Bill's brine has helped me a lot. And let me go back over here. Where was that at? That was from Jared. Bill's Braun has helped me a lot the past couple of comps, so that's good. It's good. I know one thing, man. That chicken, them dadgum thighs, dude. They were so. I mean, just it's got to be one of the juiciest thighs I think I've ever ate. So those things. I mean, there's some techniques that you're going to see in his chicken class that just blew my mind, and that's all I'm gonna. And it was in his thigh class. I mean, you're doing what? I was like, wait a minute, what is this for? I had seen some things that I had never seen. I don't do thighs. I mean, I cook thighs once a year at the American Royal. I don't do that KCBS, and I was like, man, it's really cool because with all the guys that we've had in, everybody's got something a little bit different than they do. And you was no different, brother. You did different process on chicken thighs. You did different process on halves. You did different processes. I've seen things you did on brisket that nobody else did. Ribs, kind of a few. There was one little thing that I remember you did very different on your ribs that I hadn't seen. And same thing with pork butt. So
yeah, and I was shocked, because you've had a lot of really, I was shocked that on some of that, like especially the KCBS chicken, when you're like, man, I've never seen this before. I'm like, really? Yeah. I thought a lot of the guys would be doing this, but
nope.
Yeah.
Nope. So. No, sure hadn't. Gonna have to buy the class. Bill's one of the coolest guys on the barbecue trail. I would have to agree with you, Vincent.
You better watch out for Vincent.
Yeah,
he's killing it, and he's new on the scene. Last year or two, and man, he's crushing it. So,
yeah, Bill, your camera went away, man.
He's got a brisket rub out there too, and I'm wanting to try it. I mean, I don't know. Am I still in there or no?
Yeah, your camera got shut off.
I don't know. If hang on, maybe I hit that.
I don't know if it got. There we go. There we go.
I think I did that on accident.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you bumped it.
Yeah, Vincent's got a brisket rub, and he's been crushing it on brisket. So, and I tasted it from another guy. But that's a neat thing about barbecue. There's lots of different people, lots of people doing different stuff, and there's a lot of ways to win. There's a lot of ways to lose as well. But a lot of different ways to get there. And like I said, you saw some of that in the class where you'd never seen some of the stuff I've done. So
right. Yeah, and that's the cool thing. And there's I would say probably our customers buy an average of at least 3 barbecue classes. And I think they're learning, technique after technique. I mean, I'm not going to make no stranger. Rick Mail, I mean, he shouted it out a cajillion times last year when he started off at the beginning of the year, just ripping everybody. 6 grands and a 5 grands in a reserve. His first 6 competitions, he had just taken Corey's and Lee's class during the winter time, and he really worked on getting those merged together where he could take everybody's techniques of those two. And man, he came out in January and he blistered everybody's butt up here in East Texas. And I was just like, man, and he was telling everybody, man, I took Corey and Lee's and I blended the 2 classes, and what one didn't fight against the other, I blended them. And and that's really what works. It's those techniques. So,
and I've taken a bunch of classes too. I've taken probably 4 classes, and each one of those classes I've pulled something out of it. So each class that I've taken, I've been able to pull little tips and tricks out of the class and kind of make it my own, if you will. So
right. Let's see. Yeah, and that's kind of the cool thing. You can kind of go in and make something your own. So do little things. I've got techniques that I do that I've seen a lot of that nobody else does. So it's funny how we all come up with our own little things that we do, and it's pretty cool. It really is. So, all right, guys, looks like we got 17 spots left. Those spots are filling up pretty quick. If you want a chance to get on our waffle, there is the link. You can go in and buy as many as you want. You'll get a backyard barbecue class, but you'll get a temporary membership. And with that temporary membership, your name will go on the wheel. So if you buy 4 classes, you'll get 4 spots on the wheel. If you buy 2 classes, you'll get 2 spots on the wheel. As soon as we have the drawing, you'll be able to, I'll email you or message you, and you can get any of our Barbecue Pitmasters All Access class, all 4 meats that you want. They won't expire. You can watch them anytime, over and over. So we got 17 spots available. We only are selling 26. And we may go live tomorrow to see if we can sell it out. Keep hitting it up. This is a great way. You can take a chance for $25. You'll get a free barbecue class from us for our backyard barbecue class. And if your name gets drawn, then you can go watch Bill's class for the weekend. So this is the perfect way to do it. Oh, goodness. Well, Bill, man, I tell you what, I'm really glad to have you with Barbecue Champs, man. You're just such a great guy. I've known you for years, and I've always loved cooking with you. The social media presence that you have on those damn screens, and we'll have to get him back for how he does the damn filters. I've had so many people like, does this class come with a filter class? And I was like, man, the guy can make the food shine. That's all I can tell you. I mean, those pictures you seeing in them box, there ain't much there, man. That was it, and we held it up, and I was like, golly, man, and one of the things he did is like, I like my food to look good. And I was like, it looks good, there's no doubt. So anyway, well, guys, I hope everybody is going to have an incredible Christmas, man. You know, I think this is the time. Bill, what have you got? You got a pretty good family. Y'all going to have a pretty good Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of spread around different, my daughter, one of my daughters is in Waco, and they're doing, her husband's getting time off of work, so they're doing a little trip. So we're kind of scattered around, but we'll be doing a couple of different Christmases with, different parts of the family at different days. So, but yeah, I also say too, Mike, that, man, make sure you guys are following my social media, which is Chicken Fried BBQ on Facebook and Instagram. I'm working on some new shirts, some new merch. So I put some pictures out there, and I haven't got the shirts made yet, but the regular chicken fried shirts have done really well as far as I've gotten a lot of sales on those. So I figured I'll change up and do some murdered out ones or whatnot. So there'll be some other shirts coming down the road, Yeah.
So, what are you going to do? What are you cooking for Christmas?
My mom wants turkey.
Oh, okay.
At one point she wanted a brisket, but I cooked a turkey this Thanksgiving, and man, they all thought it was the best the best turkey they'd ever had. And man, I kind of slept in on Thanksgiving, so man, I cooked it at 400 degrees. I blistered that turkey.
Wow.
There was no pictures on social media because the skin blew out. I mean, I was running behind. I hammered that thing.
Right.
I tell you what, man, I brined it for like 24 hours, and man, it was juicy and it was delicious. So
wow, hot and fast.
Yeah.
Whoever knew?
Super hot.
Maybe that's
I was like, man, I need a fire extinguisher because I cooked it on the Rectech pellet.
Oh my God!
That thing at 450. And man, I had that it was on my comp trailer, in the driveway. And I look over there, man, smoke's everywhere. I'm like, shoot, man, I hope I got a fire extinguisher, man. I'm going to set the whole porch on fire.
Oh, God.
I had to go there. I got a little nervous. So I backed it down to 400 because everybody was inside wanting to eat. And I'm trying to just blaze through this big old turkey. And man, it was delicious. So,
wow. Bill Purvis, we're going to have to get you back for a hot and fast turkey class.
Man, I don't think filters would have helped that guy either. That skin was it was split everywhere you could split,
So how fast did you cook that turkey?
I think I cooked that turkey in like maybe an hour and 45 minutes.
Gosh, man alive. Maybe that's the key for a good juicy turkey. You just cook the damn thing so fast it locks in the juices.
And I cooked it all the way to about 155. 160 is probably what I should put on video.
Right, right.
It was 155, and it had plenty of carryover because I'm just hammering it so fast, so it carried over, and man, it was really good. So.
Wow! So you're cooking a turkey. That's cool. Well, I'm gonna be cooking a prime rib and ham. That's the proteins I'm cooking. I'm putting on a damn pellet cooker too. It's gonna be 13 degrees. I ain't jacking with it. I'm gonna go out there and push the button and let it be done. And those pellet cookers,
do a prime rib as well because that's for my mom on Christmas Day.
Right.
And we've got some of Vanessa's family. Her mom's coming a different day, so I'll probably do a prime rib that day. So. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, Bill, any final thoughts? Any final words, brother?
Thanks, Mike. And like I said, thanks everybody. Like I've been getting tons of messages and whatnot. So, and all the shares. Like I said, I really appreciate all the shares. So, it's want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody has a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Keep everybody safe and whatnot. But we'll be cooking New Year's weekend in New Waverly. There's a CBA there, so
Okay.
we'll be in New Waverly burning meat with all our buddies.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I want to echo what Bill said. Thank you for sharing our post that we put out about Bill's class on Sunday. If you haven't heard earlier, I asked if you would go to our Facebook page. You're on it now watching. Go back to Sunday, which is the post before we made the post this morning about Bill being on the show. Spread the love about his class. I know he'd appreciate it. I know I would. It's a lot to get these classes off the ground. If you don't mind, just go over there and share about Bill's class. It helps. I mean, we got about 55, 60 shares on that thing already, and I would appreciate if you would do that. Also, quick update on the temporary backyard barbecue classes that we're doing. We got 16, so we've sold 10 spots. We only got 16 left. So tell people about it. Push it yourselves, those that have bought into it. And I will probably come on tomorrow with another little post saying how close we're getting. Maybe once we get down to about 10. I jumped on one time and we sold that thing out in just a matter of about 5 minutes. And as soon as we do, how many ever spots you bought, we'll put them on a wheel and we'll give it a spin. And somebody can go pick any class you want, including Mr. Bill Purvis's class. So that's coming. Hopefully we can get that filled out by tomorrow. Look, Bill, once again, brother, I want to thank you for being on Barbecue Champs Academy. You're a great guy. I appreciate you being a part of this elite group of barbecue pit masters and steak grill masters and stuff. And I want to wish all of our listeners, we got so many loyal listeners that's here week in and week out with us. Thank you so much for being here. I truly am blessed to have such wonderful friends that I've made in the barbecue world. And I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas, a prosperous and Happy New Year coming. And go out there and build those times with your family and friends and loved ones, right? That's what it's all about. And great food always brings everybody together. So stay warm, stay safe, enjoy your Christmas. And as we always say, y'all go out there.